Well, hello there, everyone. Good to see you all again. So it's been, actually, I guess it's only been 2 weeks since we did a Rebels live stream, so not as long, but it feels like it's been a while. So, and the only new Rebels content in there has been Kanan comics, although that's been actually a fair bit. I mean, heck, it was enough that I broke it up into 2 different videos, so... Hopefully you've had a chance to go ahead and see that if you're interested. I've certainly seen a few of you commenting over there. And let's see, let me finish getting this up over here on the side, make sure I can see the chat, so it's up here in case you guys have anything to say. Okay. So today we are going to be jumping into Season 2. By all reports, the show gets a lot better there. And yes, I don't know if you can hear this strange noise in the background. Hopefully there won't be too much construction noise or whatnot. I have neighbors out there that do stuff. So we've gotten lucky on it in the past and it's never happened. But it might today considering some of the noises. So we shall see what we see, right? Here's hoping. Well, hello there, Sportin. Okay. So yeah, as I said, got 4 episodes to watch because originally I would have only been thinking about potentially the first 2, but then I had a number of you talk about how the 2-parter apparently right after that is also really good and I should go ahead and include that one. So it's going to be the first 2, which is the Siege of Lothal, and then the 2 after that, which... top of my head, I'm not sure of the names, and that's perfectly fine. So, yeah, I had to write all the names down for things just in my own side at one point in time, but to be honest, I don't even remember much of the names of the episodes. And that's a good thing, I think. I don't remember anything super spoilery in there, or even when I was writing names down. I think there might have been something that said Mandalorian somewhere in there, and yeah, I don't remember anything super spoilery, so that's good. Okay. Now, usually I get more spoilers just by seeing the thumbnails over here on Disney Plus as to whatever they'll put up in front of that before I click on the episode, but so yeah, that can be bad sometimes. It just depends on what they choose to show. I don't know if there's anything super bad so far here for Rebels, for as far as spoilers and thumbnails or anything like that. Let's see. Mandalorian, it's been a little, but not too bad so far. I mean, at least they covered the biggest reveals anyway. As I said, certainly they can show some things and probably more than I want to see, but still nice. Okay, so wow, it looks like we've got 10 people already in here. Heck, videos up to 6 likes, that's nice too. Hopefully that brings in even more people to come watch and come join us all. Okay, if anybody's got anything they want to say over here in the chat before we go ahead and jump into Siege of Lothal, go ahead and say so now, because otherwise we're going to probably start jumping on in. And as far as the thumbnail, since I was talking about that before, this time, let's see, we've got the thumbnail here of Hera and Kanan and Ezra. Nothing super revealing about that right there. So, at least there's that. Even if I can see Darth Vader on the thumbnail right to the side of it. So hopefully you've all got your Rebels up and ready to go watch with me. So you can go watch it on your own side. If you're new, let me also say that up here, I will have the time running, so you'll be able to see what time the episode we're currently at. So especially if you join in later, you'll be able to sync it up, hopefully, at the same time, and you'll be right there with me. And as I said, for everyone that, in case you're new also, this is my first time watching anything here in Rebels. I've seen all of Clone Wars. I went ahead and did all of that. And I'm currently watching Mandalorian. So... yeah, definitely, the one thing I do ask as far as chat is concerned is don't spoil anything for the rest of this series of Rebels for me. Definitely appreciate that. So, yeah, and you guys have been great about that, so no worries. No worries there at all. Okay. Well, I don't see anybody saying anything else, so I think we will jump on into the first episode. And this is the Siege of Lothal Part 1. And so I'll get that timer ready to go up here. And then we will go ahead and click on Hera's face right here. Wow, we are right in with a whole bunch of rebel ships and whatnot. Oh, that's great. Oh, nice. I don't know, just off the bat, this just feels original trilogy to me. The music's probably helping too. Phoenix Squadron. Some good banter. Oh, jeez. As far as action cold opens go, wow, this is a action-packed way to pop us right in, and I've already been getting so much information on what's going on, where we are, just from seeing this. It's on the better side for what they've done with these. Nice. Yeah, get that many Imperials in there. Might get a little crowded. So I'm wondering, are we going to get to know Phoenix Squadron a little better? I'm guessing, since the way they talked about it is if they're working with them heavily. And maybe some rebels we'll get to know better too. Sato, did we say? Commander Sato, I think? I mean, if we gave him a name, that's a decent shot. I'll also say this music seems a little better than where we were for a lot of Season 1. Season 1 felt too recycled too much of the time. And this certainly, definitely has a lot of that feel, but it doesn't feel as recycled. I don't know if anyone else feels that or if that's just me, but... Well, you two are still left alive. Let's see you become much more interesting. Nice. Dang. Nice and chilling. Not what you signed up for right there, huh? Nice. Ahsoka. Dot, dot, dot. Yeah, just because you can sense her fear doesn't mean she's being truthful. I I respect this show actually setting this up in a way where you don't know for sure whether she's actually setting it up as a trap or whether she's really wanting to defect. An offer they can't refuse, huh? To be sure. I really need to stop calling it Lothal, huh? Lothal, Lothal, Lothal. From the person who was a Jedi. Speaking of procedure and authorization. Yeah, figured that was what it was. God, so over the top right here. That was rather unnecessary. Man, we could have grabbed Rex back in and had him drive. Nice ominous feelings of coldness as you're going to Lothal. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how the show chooses to portray this whole lockdown and punishing of Lothal. I don't know how far they'll actually go in what they'll show. You know, if I were going on to a planet where I'm well known, hey, look, it's what's his name? I can't think of that alien's name. Anyway, if I were going on to a planet where I'm well known, I think I'd go in some kind of disguise. Fully understand the reason we don't do that, though. Reason a lot of shows don't do it too much. You want to keep people looking clearly like themselves. That's why they keep wearing the same outfit day in, day out, too. Oh, hey, Thomas Booth. Hello there. That works. Uh, Speaking of disguises. Gone Buckethead. Got it on pretty dang quick, too. True, you're right, Maximilian. Yes, new models also cost money. Although, I mean, just the outfits wouldn't be as bad because you've got the same model underneath, but yeah, you still have the model of the outfit you'd have to do. So, true point. But as I said, even in a live action where it's just a new costume, which wouldn't be as bad cost wise, you still don't see it that much because you want to keep people similar. So, yeah, definitely both reasons there. That one weighs. Yes. Callus's shooting accuracy is great, right? Vader. Yeah. Of course, Vader probably could have just jumped down from there if he really wanted to. Love the smile. Only too happy to see them getting away, huh? Or about to be shot by that, I guess. No luck in putting a tracker on their ship, huh? So I figured that smile must have been a tracker. It's like, no, no. Really, you shouldn't have been happy about them getting away because you didn't know for sure the other half would work. Big old searchlights. Echoing lines. Of course. If they went anywhere else, I'd be surprised right now. Woo. Yeah, they played June. Dang, they did. Nice, by the way. Go job. Nice. Imperial's actually being impressive in finding them pretty quick. I mean, they're not going to be able to hit anything, but at least they found the spot where they're at. Maybe you should have looked and tried to find them and where they went, maybe, instead of just blowing it up. Just a thought. I love that. A little meta reference, too. I was hoping for this reaction a little here. So I feel like there should be a little more. Hopefully, we'll explore later at some point when we're not in the middle of having run from one point to another. But again, his home being destroyed has to have a good bit of effect on him when he's able to process it, I guess, really. Uh, ooh. Kind of fun to see the armory. Just a whole ton of helmets. Pum. Still, bad bit of joke in the middle of this, though. Just not one you'll quite buy out of him, but still amusing. I think I would have done more to say high up the Imperials, the stormtroopers there, or something. Make sure that when they come to, they're not just going to let everyone know. Doesn't happen to be the exact same Lambda shuttle that Vader came in on, right? No kidding. Mm-hmm. Well, if you're both reacting like that. Mm-hmm. Oh, nice shot. Just igniting the lightsaber. Yeah. Yeah, you're screwed. To be continued. Maximally, yeah, great moment. No, just him igniting the lightsaber right there. Agreed. Great moment indeed. Gonna grab some water here. Agreed, Dominic. Yes, as I said, just how traumatized Kanan is from all of that, and I mean, frankly, how can't you be? I mean, you're so proud and happy to be a Jedi, and the entire order gets destroyed. It's like, whew. Yeah. No, and it also depends. I don't know if during the time afterwards what his opinion is now on the Jedi and all their rules and their arrogance and everything else there. That also might give him more issue with structure. But even then, on top of that, all the structure that was there that was part of the Republic, that was all used to go ahead and manipulate the Jedi and, well, end up destroying them and, well, do nasty things to the entire galaxy while we're at it. So one can see him not being the biggest fan of that kind of structure. Kind of one of those relying on yourself kind of things right there. So yeah, definitely. Well, so there was episode 1. That was Siege of Lothal Part 1 right there. And that was good. No, that was a good introduction to the season. And as I said, quality-wise, it definitely feels a step up from season 1. Just the pacing was on point. I'm not sure about the animation being too different. The animation seemed good, but I wasn't noticing major changes off the top of my head between this and season 1. Maybe if I looked back, I'd notice more. I said, yeah, no. Music, I commented on that being a bit better right off the bat. I will say, off the bat, Vader just even being in here worries me a little bit. I just worry about Vader getting overused and not being the ginormous threat he should be, so I'm hoping the show makes a good use of him. So we'll see what we see on that front. Season 1 of Rebels is small in scale. Yeah, and frankly, most good shows that are going to start expanding will focus in small because that gives us a good chance to get to know whoever we're looking at, and then you start expanding more and more as we go on. Now, that's not to say season 1 didn't have its issues anyway, but or that it did a great job of always introducing us to those characters and really digging into them, but still, the same idea. But heck, even now, just them with the rest of the Rebels and Phoenix Squadron, and Commander Sato? Sato. I think it's Sato. Anyway, so no, just starting to get to see a bit more of that. And yeah, no, that's going to be nice. Even though we're right back to Lothal. So, yeah. Good. I am glad to see that they use Vader well. And also, yes, from my good pal Obi-Wan there. I think that's what I'll call you just because the avatar is, but otherwise I don't know how to say blank blank. I'll try to say that. But anyway, yes, good to hear the Vader's used the right amount. Because as I said, that would be my one biggest worry with him being in. So, good. Good. Speaking of Vader, that's his thumbnail here on episode 2, so I suppose it is time to go jump right on into the second episode. And how, well, look at that, we have actually got 15 people in here right now. Oh, that is great. Let me go ahead and do this here for a second. Oh, well, let me also kill this timer, because we don't all want to be seeing the time like that. That won't do us any good for the next episode, now will it? Okay. So we will be getting ready for episode 2 unless anybody has anything they want to say beforehand. If so, now is the time. Dramsim says, wait a second, I just arrived. 1 minute. Okay, I can give you a minute. You can go back and catch the first episode later. But great to see you around, too. As I said, great to see everybody around. Whether you're in here just watching and actually participating in the chat, or whether you're just watching and enjoying it. As I said, I appreciate all of you in here. So, definitely I do. Frankly, I really love doing these live streams. I get to interact with all of you in a way I don't really get to pretty much any other way. The other best thing I've had really is generally the comment section, and I get to respond to you and we maybe interact a little bit. But this I get to feel like I interact with you at least a little bit more, and I really enjoy doing that. Okay, Tramsim's ready. Oh, and also, just, I guess I'll say this. We've got 15 people in here and 7 likes, so as I click that like button if you have, and maybe we'll pop a few more in here, as we keep heading into episode 2, 3, and 4. Okay, with that said out of the way, and everybody seems to be ready, let us jump into episode 2, which is the Siege of Lothal Part 2. Alright, here we go. Unsurprisingly, exactly right where we left off. I mean, can't really go anywhere else with that, right? Well, I also don't know how much time's passed between 1 and 2. There obviously was that passage of time, considering they're working with the rebels and seeming like they really know each other. But I guess this will be the first good example of how much time has passed, just based on how good Ezra is with a lightsaber here. Yeah, obviously you're trying to capture them, not kill them. Otherwise, Kanan, you're dead right now. Hey, getting that shot set up right there? No? No, of course they're no match for Raider, and they shouldn't be. Oh, I so thought that that lightsaber, the way it was moving, we were seeing that he was actually going to try to pull off a shot. Oh, well. I don't think it would have worked, but it would have been intriguing to see him try it, though. This is kind of like the one hand behind your back thing. I'll just fight you. They actually got a force shove in on him. toying a little too much with them there. What? They didn't finish Vader off? Not us, indeed. Oh, that was fun. Beautiful. I love the fire and embers raising that. Oh, nice. I've commented this before, but just. Oof. Dang. Thank goodness for that Beskar right there. But I've commented this before, but Dave Filoni can really make some iconic just shots and just take those images sometimes. It's like, yeah. Anyway. Not sure who the actual director was necessarily on this episode, if it was someone else or not, but still, yeah. Way worse. Yeah. Yeah. Not even the best silhouette shot of Vader. Nice. I mean, we're not done with the episode yet either, so. Oh man, we're actually bringing Lando in? I mean, it's gotta be who we're talking. We're talking about smuggling ourselves off the planet. Makes a lot of wallpaper worthy shots. Yeah, no kidding. Oh. But is the show willing to go there? Now, here's my guess. The show's willing to burn the Tarkin town, but it's not willing to have everyone die. Hey, it is Lando. Nice. Lando never wanted to miss an angle. Even if that's all we bring Lando in for. Nice. Nice. That voice is intriguing. The fire in the background. Oh, that's beautifully brought in. Oh, nice. Just that realization right there as to what that has to be. Oh, you would be brazen enough to just run off on a speeder. Kanan, don't you have to worry that that's a trap? Or is it they just sense that there's no one there or something? Nice. Yeah, but see, you say gone prisoners. Hey! Exactly. And Ahsoka. We've got another Jedi there. Come on now. That looks like I made my guess. Yeah. We burned the whole thing, but we didn't kill anyone. Back to if the show were somewhere else on a different platform, then yeah, I'm sure you would have said that they had all been killed. Yeah, taken captive. Mm-hmm. Or we can put quotes on that and just headcanon it that they all got killed, right? I love them all pointed at the planet for reasons. I mean, it's purely an image thing, just trying to make them look more impressive. Agreed, Maxwell. And I said head canon was they're dead. Luckily, we pretty much didn't know any of them anyway, so bunch of nameless people dead. And you really wanted to make it hit the impact, see some of those people again, and then kill them. Oof. Anyway, definitely not something the show would have done. That was easy. Yeah, no kidding. uh, it's an interesting reference out of Zeb there. Imagine we're going to get something more on that honor guard later. Nice touch. Here. Sorry, Kaden, you are way outvoted. What? A tracking device? No way! uh... Next scene's one of the favorites. Interesting. Nice few rebels. By the way, the lack of showing people's deaths really gets to me just because I know sci-fi too much and not seeing a death means the person could be alive. So not seeing Tua as actually visually killed just I just can't help but constantly have that opening in my head that is she actually alive and we're just faking out her death? Yeah. I think it's a case that she is actually dead and it's just a show unwilling to show it, but yeah. Yeah. So this is interesting. So we're trying to bait them by just putting Vader out there and no one else? And you're actually going for the bait? Which is the name of the music played in One Time versus the Fleet? Is the name of it, or Best Pilot in the Galaxy, probably? Go Vader. Vader don't need help. Okay, so Best Pilot in the Galaxy is the name of this music. Nice. Yeah. Yes, definitely okay if you tag along. We'd like to see more of Ahsoka. Yes, please. Also, the ships all have to go different places. That gives us an excuse to have Ahsoka with them. ... So, not sure how much we're going to get to know Phoenix Squadron as we're busy destroying it at the moment. Again, Ahsoka leaving that ship just says bad things are about to happen. Yeah. It's like, as long as Ahsoka was on the ship was okay. Go Vader. Dang. Well, you know who that is. I want to see if she detects who it is, and I want to see her reaction on it, though. Mm-hmm. Oh, we're about to get that realization, aren't we? Yeah, I was waiting for that reaction. Dang. Interesting how he chose not to finish off the ship because of that. Let's see. Imagine one of Ezra's shots hit the cruiser and they all. Yes, and they all got captured. Yeah. No kidding, you want them alive. No kidding. Off they go. Oh, we did destroy one ship, but hey, everybody made it off, so it's all good. In fairness, the ship not being destroyed too quick, yeah, I can buy that one at least. We gave a good excuse on it there. That's nice. Force choke right there. What we should just do is not show that guy later, because he must be in the brig. Oh, yeah. I mean, she has to know. I mean, the reaction argues she knew, so just holding that one back at the moment. Yeah. Nice pulling on Ahsoka to close their part out. Now we're to Vader again for a moment, huh? I agree, Maximilian. Nice to actually get to see Vader really shine as a pilot. And DBG. DBG, hello there as well. I said, nearly done with episode 2, but still got 3 and 4 up after that, and obviously can catch the ones before. Next episode's thumbnail might have a spoiler, try to cover it up. Okay. Thank you for mentioning that, I will try. Gosh, those thumbnails does commenting on it. First time we've actually heard Palpatine, I think, in the entire series. So that's nice. So funky to say it that way sometimes, isn't it? Nicely done. Yeah, sorry. We're taking you out for the rest of the season because you're too powerful. So, you go send an Inquisitor that'll be good, but we'll be able to beat eventually. Oh, and the description? Oh, yeah. Thumbnails, yeah, definitely can be bad. I sure as heck don't read the descriptions. That's just asking for trouble right there. True, true. I can just press, on to the next episode. You're right about that. Okay. So that is the second episode. So that was a nice two-parter. Nice way of bringing Vader in. And yeah, as I said, nice on the piloting. He was used well. We even got to see a conversation between him and Palpatine. Now on Ahsoka, when is she going to actually reveal who the heck Vader is? I imagine we won't see Vader for a good bit, so that conversation probably won't come up for a little bit. I mean, if I'm going to make my guess, we at this point probably don't see Vader, well, maybe even until the finale. Maybe a mid-season thing. I'm going to guess we don't see him too much more. Bringing in some new Inquisitor is a good way of getting him out so we don't have to overuse him, which we can't afford to overuse him because otherwise, well, our rebels should be dead. Yeah. So, no, this was another good one, definitely. Can get some more water here in between episodes. So, yes, definitely at this point, I'm going to go with the assumption that Tua actually is dead. And that's not just a sci-fi way of being able to have fun and bring her back some other time in the future. We killed off most of the little villains we had back in season 1 nearing the end, and now we've taken out almost the remainder of it. We've only got the one left. Just Agent Callus, and that's it. Then there's no one left, I don't think. I mean, I can't think of anybody else we really had as a villain in season 1. And I'm not counting the fact that Vader actually technically appeared way back at the first episode, or end of the second episode maybe, when he was just talking to the Inquisitor. Not counting that. Really like the decision not to show Palpatine, makes it much more menacing. Yes, agreed. And literally, they can't afford too much Vader. Animating cloth is expensive. Well, sure, I can see that, but although there are other very good practical story reasons for not wanting to do it too. Okay, right. So we are going to be moving on to the next episode. Cue that up, then get the timer ready to go here. Okay, before I jump on into the next one, anyone else have anything they want to say before I jump into episode 3? Because we just finished up a 2-parter. Clearly it doesn't feel like these next 2 are going to be directly connected. So it kind of feels like we perhaps just took off, well, our crew plus Ahsoka, and just maybe separated them from the rebels for a moment. I'm not sure if that's going to happen, but it feels like we set up a possibility for that. The episode made you cry. Which part? I mean, there's a few spots in there that could, but especially if you actually think about some of the things without the Disney-fied version on them, say such as the Tarkin town actually being destroyed. The next episode. Okay. Gotcha. Interesting endorsement right there before I get to it. Interesting. What would they do in the next one? Yeah, I got nothing. See what I see. Okay. Well, I don't see anybody else popping in and saying anything before, so I'm going to go ahead. Next story. Interesting. Well, I will see what you're referencing here pretty soon, probably, then, Maximilian. Okay. Well, without further ado, unless anybody has anything within the next, say, 5 seconds, I'm going to go ahead and start up the next episode. Okay. So here we go. This is Season 2, Episode 3, The Lost Commanders. So here we go. Good timer. It looks like it's going. Good. All right. Huh. Never mind. We're right back to the fleet. I missed that one, huh? I thought we might actually send them off on their own for a moment before connecting back up. Huh. Oh. A little edge in the voice on that. DBG, right at the end of the episode after this one. Interesting. People are building this up here on me. It's like, you guys are worrying me a little. Powerful leader, huh? End of the season, too. Wow, you're all building these upcoming things. Whoa, Sabine's hair. That's different. It's nice, by the way. So he's an exile. There you go. CeeLo system. Can't think of that off the bat. Oh man, it's so funky seeing Sabine's hair back in the back. Again, it's nice, but definitely different. That was fun. You know, her hair changing a few times throughout the seasons would make sense. Just for Sabine, the art, everything else, I can easily see that being a thing on her. It's a nice touch. Set up, so they can't escape. It's nicely done, but dang if that's not clear setup to make it so they can't escape into hyperspace for some reason coming up. Nice. Seven, 5, 6, 7. Brian. Anyway, season 2 takes place after the first Death Star blows up. Oh, really? We're after the first Death Star blowing up at this point. How interesting. I know that number. Don't I? So, old friend here means clones? Which, by extent, would mean Rex? Not Rex as in our Star Tours pilot, but actually as in clone Rex, right? Assuming you're saying no, that's wrong on season 2 taking place after the first Death Star blows up. It's like, yeah, I didn't think so. Because, I mean, what, we're 5 years before A New Hope at the beginning of the first one, right? Yeah, that's definitely... That voice is instantly recognizable right there. Wolf. Wolf. Oh, gotcha. Nice. Weapons malfunction indeed. Oh. Really? The way he's talking, it's been a while since he saw her. Wow. Wow. Do I remember Gregor? Yeah, most definitely. The one who seemed so good that it was like a first person shooter video game right there. It's cool, by the way. So Wolf is actually alive in here. Nice. Not that Rex could have been back in the army anyway. Remember this came out before season 7? Yeah. Not sure. Hmm. Dot, dot, dot. Well, we gotta go have a fetch mission to go take out a beast, huh? Okay. It's a nice bit of lore and talking about the clones being decommissioned. Yeah, both in there and then also confirmed here. Oh, that's what you mean by remember it came out before season 7 of Clone Wars. That's why Rex was saying yeah, that they'd just been decommissioned rather than that he clearly could not have been part of the Empire. Gotcha. That's what you mean. All the Imperial officers kind of do, huh? I mean, you didn't. Not that you removed your own ship either, but Wolf did, didn't he? I mean, was Wolf one of the 2 pilots technically who actually shot down Plo Koon? Well, anyway, maybe he wasn't one of those 2. Anyway, By the way, that was a nice moment back there where we actually had nice moment where we had Kanan really digging in. It was a good acting moment there. Really appreciate getting to see some of that emotion out of him. Yeah, nice GBG. Rationalization is that Rex was in denial and he feels guilty and doesn't want to say that he. Oh, hang on. I haven't turned that YouTube chat on for you in case it doesn't leave it around later. Hey, there. It's up on the side now. You know, just in case YouTube somehow kills it or something. So at least it'll be up there for all of you. Realized I hadn't done that. Better late than never. Jeez. Interesting choice on characterization here. Sorry. Anyway, back to DBG. Feels guilty and doesn't want to say he actually turned on us. So yeah, it's a good rationalization, good excuse to make it work. You all just figured out that Zeb was over there as bait. You just figured that out? Dang. It really didn't help Gregor's mental state. Yeah, no kidding, huh? Actually, yep, exactly, DBJ. We didn't know any of it before. Definitely. This is such a funky episode off the bat. Dang. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that part would be accurate, though. Music name he's obeyed. Same music when they were fishing for the shark. Yeah, and it has a bit of that feel to it too, just in this old junky, craft on here. Yeah. I assume it's Kevin Kiner. I couldn't say one way or another though. I can't imagine you got John Williams in to go do the music for a show, but reference to John Williams' music anyway, I assume would be what's being said, right? There we go. Cool. It's the same thing that killed Cut Up? Cut Up. Not catching that. Oh boy. I love it. That definitely is him. Right. Back in season one, the rookies episode. Yeah, that does look similar to it. But the climate is very, very different. This is like underneath a bunch of sand. Actually, it's not sand, but interesting. I can see a similarity there. Different name for the creature over on Rishu Moon. Keep bringing it in. Hey, look, they're being watched. It's a nice extra piece there. Are they tossing little pieces in there like that Hera was actually saved by the clones slash the Jedi during the course of the war? Those are nice little building moments right there. Dang. Really pushing it in close to come in all the way there, huh? It's not just Sabine's hair that's changed. Her model's changed a little bit too, I think. Her shape is not quite the same. I think she seems a little more lanky and maybe a little taller. I don't know, hard to say. We. Hmm. I don't know what got moved there, but I see a couple comments removed. Okay, potential spoilers. It's tricky in my head to pair up this whole Wolf contacting them because of worries about the Empire not being okay with them, with having also seen season 7. It's tricky to make these two gel together for me. Because the Empire would never be okay with Rex. I mean, there's no good excuse for what happened right there. Anyway. Now, it's also. Yeah, no, it's just tricky having to do that. Yeah, as I said, I got that too, Dram, but I don't think you're quite going to get away with that one right there. I said, really, you're going to have to use the excuse that they didn't know Rex was one of them, I think would be the better call. But still. Hey, we like our to be continued lately. To be continued. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's tricky on whether the Empire would know about Rex's betrayal or not. I the thing is, I have to go with the thought that they thought everyone was dead. But on the other hand, you can't think everyone was dead because you do have the interesting memorial that's essentially set up over there. I don't know. I don't know. Regardless, right? I said mainly the problem is exactly as you're saying, Maximilian, that this came out before season 7. Heck, this would be what, 2015? Probably right now. So this would be what, 5 years before season 7? So I think it probably feels mostly like it's just a change that way, and therefore it's a little hard to pair it up because they changed how it worked. But yeah, what can you do? Hello there, Stevie Murphy. Let's see, let me go kill the timer on that one. There we go. Season 2, Episode 4, Relics of the Old Republic. Yes, they would be, wouldn't they now? Let's see. I think this was more in line with the Ahsoka book that came out, although... Oh, that's interesting. I said, obviously, I haven't read it, so I don't know. So that could make an interesting little disconnect, too, if that's the case. So see what I think when I read that, then, if that is, the case, that it goes more this direction rather than what we did with the end of Season 7. Whew. So we have one episode left today. We'll finish out this two-parter. Let's see. Yeah, I was trying to adjust season 7 to fit in with continuity I had from Rebels. Like you're trying to, yeah, right. Of course, you've already seen Rebels before, so it's having to fit it the other direction in and rework it that way. Whereas I've already seen all of Clone Wars, and now I'm touching this, so it's how do I connect these two cogs that don't fit? I'm imagining that eventually it reaches a point where, even though this seems to be a separate path here, that eventually these two can merge into a spot where they could probably be the same. I'm assuming we'll get there, but it's a little rough at the beginning anyway. And that's okay. Yep, yeah. I mean, heck, hardly the first time in Star Wars for things to work out that way too, right? Speaking of making things in the original trilogy first and then dropping back to the prequels, just for instance. I mean, heck, some of Obi-Wan's talk about that, the Clone Wars and whatnot, doesn't quite match up with what we then later see in the prequels because it can't fit quite as well. Or, heck, even especially let's talk about Luke and Leia's comment about their mother, who neither of them would really have ever seen at all, considering when she died. But, again, hardly the first time we have those things not connect up just because the things being done at different times. Although, at least in those cases, those were decades apart and being made instead of just a few years. So there is that. Yeah, I did notice that, Dram. Yeah, making him a captain again. It's interesting for him to keep the rank of captain, though. Yeah. Which, by the way, another comment as to why it wouldn't work to say that Rex somehow faked out and they all, he escaped and went back to what's now the Empire, and they didn't realize he betrayed them. Well, then he wouldn't have the rank of captain, probably. Because his whole demotion was over the fact he betrayed on there, but his promotion was known beforehand and would have been in the records of the Empire. So even if you want to somehow say that the rest doesn't work, then he wouldn't be captain. Yeah, from a certain point of view. Yeah. Although the line has some real good actual aspects it's used too, other than just to excuse having changed things later. But no, there's so many things that have changed, and again, largely for the better when things change too. Largely, it's reworking it a little better, and they're not generally giant retcons. And I mean, what's even more amusing is it's not even usually done in the way that a retcon would be done. It's just we changed our minds a little, but we're not really actively going back and saying, that's never really how things have worked. So you then have to piece it together yourself on those few things that are a little different and find an excuse for it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You just got to filter it through that. I mean, just like the Tarkin town, everybody being captured rather than actually being killed in a giant massacre. After all, let's be honest. If you're going to go ahead and capture all the people, what's the point in burning the village? Who cares? The point in burning it is because you killed everybody there in a horrible atrocity. That's the point of doing it. Which is a horrible atrocity. Man, would that have been a different show than this if it was actually willing to actually go there. Whoa. And then actually spend the time on the emotional impact that would have had on people, on our people, especially Ezra and the connection he had there too. Honestly, don't see Vader capturing them. Interesting note. Okay, so where will we go with this second half, huh? Well, more with our new clone friends, I should say. What an interesting set of clones we put together, too. And I love seeing Wolf in there. Gregor being back is cool. And obviously Rex is cool. I mean, I need not say more on that point. I find it intriguing to see Wolf. I've talked about actually going ahead, and it would be cool to have a Wolfpack show, but who knows? Wolf Squadron. Yep. And hey, Plo Koon's fun too. Well, anyway, let us jump on into the fourth episode and the final one we're live streaming today. And this is Relics of the Old Republic. Okay. So here we go. And I gotta get the timer ready to go too, right? There we go. Hello there, Gale. Would that be the right way of pronouncing your name, Gale? Not sure. I mispronounce all kinds of things anyway, so wouldn't be the first time if I did get your name wrong. After all, it's Lothal, not Lothal, right? Ooh. And that hyperdrive's not fixed yet. What? Nicely done. Poor Chopper. Am I enjoying it? Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. That didn't take long. But yeah, no, you were asking there. Am I enjoying it? Yeah, definitely. Great lines, definitely. Speaking of good lines, and just putting those in there. But sitting Minox, I think is what he said, which was nice. That's gonna end really well for them with the sandstorm coming, huh? Located in the background. Oh man, you ought to pay. Yes, except what ended up happening to him in the end. Ooh. Well, that it doesn't feel like it's referencing any movie I know of. Could that be? No, it was nicely done though. Nice visual reference to Empire Strikes Back. Meta humor right there. Yeah, we like to win. Just saying. A losing fight, not so great. For sure, these ATTs are bigger than the ones Empire Return of the Jedi. Yeah, they look a little different too. I wasn't sure if that was just a Rebels thing or not. So interesting on the size difference too. Interesting. Ooh. Little banter there. Even though they're taken out for most of this, and they got taken out a lot during previous episodes in season 1 too, just because they stick on the ship so much. Some nice visuals here. This is at least fun in that sense right there. Maybe go with always trust your commander. That might be a little better because your general, not the greatest guy nowadays. This is fun. Oh, thanks, Gail. I said fun time going through Clone Wars, that's for sure. Hmm. The helmet. That's cool. So yeah, you would still have it. I think. Yeah. Sure you don't. Even the rangefinder just getting snapped off probably sometime. We're gonna say it happened, right? Smells like Old Spice under the helmet. Yeah. Had to take the helmet off because we want to actually see his face while he does this. But otherwise, you'd leave that helmet on in the middle of a sandstorm, I think. Some good shots when you can take him out in one. So, Admiral Constantine, ha- did we ever see him in season one? I don't remember him in season one. I don't think. Vader, huh? Interesting. Are we gonna finally kill off Callus too? Callus. Then we'd actually have all the last of them gone. Yeah, as that drip. They just leave. Bye. Well, it's a way of not keeping them around for the next few until we eventually see them again, huh? I mean, you wouldn't bring them all the way up here just to kill them here in the two-parter you bring them into. Yeah. I mean, I suppose you could kill one of them, maybe. If you're gonna kill one, I think Gregor would die. Hmm. Watching Rex's Elder, so I think of Cut Laquan. Yeah, Cut was cool. It was a nice piece over in Clone Wars to actually get to see that piece between Rex and Cut. Not quite the same retirement. Intensify forward firepower. uh, Yeah. Rex always thought about living his life and what he's actually doing now. Yes, yes, the neck is the weak point. But one shot KO. And hey, don't worry. If you actually knock the things down onto the ground, then you can destroy them really easily, too. Like a dogfight with mechs. Yeah. Nice. By the way, nice. Haha. That's a good line. Yes. The slow mo, the just like the old days line, exactly. Yes. Oh, it was nice. One of those you knew they were gonna come back, but still nicely done. Right up in the neck. That sound of them falling down has to be made with like a cable, just a cable kind of sound just being run along. Can imagine Ben Burt creating that or something of that nature. Nice. Even a head nod from Kanan. Now that's saying something for him. The way this makes him look like boys. Child soldier during the Clone Wars. Yeah, I mean, considering how fast they're aged up. Interesting looking. Another of the same style on the lightsaber, too, it looks like, huh? Well, I guess Callus gets to live to fight another day after all, huh? Speaking of Ahsoka. Nice. It's a nice shot right there, just the two of them. Speaking of those wallpaper shots, right there. Nice. Nice. That was a beautiful moment right there. How much you can do with so little right there. Oh, so nicely done between Ahsoka and Rex meeting each other again. Loved it. Oh, so there we go. That's the end of that one. So actually, that does mean the three of them are over here on board with the rest of the rebels now. Nice, nice. I like that. Yeah, I see what you're talking about there, DBG. I definitely do. Very nice. Whew. Well, that was a good 4 episodes. Good start to season 2 right here. Very nice. Very nice. Quite pleased. Definitely looking forward to seeing what we've got for the rest of the season as we'll continue on through. Get to go respond to some more comments. I'm going to kill that timer up top over there. Let's see, kill that. Did I just have some nice blue hyperspace up top instead? Oh, and I guess if I am worried about the chat and whatnot and whether YouTube will keep it, I'll do this for a quick second. I'll scroll it through for, for record's sake if anyone wants to care about it later. As I said, I hope YouTube doesn't, but they've taken it down sometimes even when I don't know why, so better safe than sorry, I figure. It's always interesting over here on Disney Plus too, seeing all of these other names we get for all the different translations they've done into different languages, and it's language after language. It also often adds like an extra minute or two to the length of an episode too. So interesting stuff in that sense too, I suppose. Let's see, Dram busy saying biggest problem with these episodes was probably the Clone Helmet's art style. Yeah, they certainly did. I can't disagree with you on that. But overall, yeah, not too big a problem with all that when it comes to it. Whew. So that was definitely fun. Chonk. Oh, hey, so 4 episodes of Rebels. I will go ahead and make a normal video later in the week somewhere. Won't be the next few days. Probably looking more Thursday, Friday-ish, somewhere in there. Probably something like that. We'll see exactly when it pops up. Okay, so now you can talk all about those 4 episodes. Say anything you like about them, because I've seen them now. So no worries about spoiling those. If you want to say anything over here in the comments, anything you want to say, want me to respond to, or anything else. So, yeah, it's like I really thought we actually might have killed Callus, right there at the end, but we chose not to go ahead and do it. It's like I'll be honest, I never felt any danger for the clones actually dying, except maybe, I guess we could have killed one. Although this show is so reticent to kill anyone, even then I don't think they would have made a sacrifice there. Great nostalgic episode, yes. How do I like their use of Vader? So far, I think they've used Vader well. So far. It was a little tricky getting an excuse to pull him away, and that one's still a little flimsy to say the least. It was flimsy pulling Vader out. But again, you had to get him out, because that's exactly what you can't do, is have Vader around too much. He's way too powerful, and so either he then wins, which we can't have, or Vader then ends up becoming somehow far, far weaker than he actually is or should be. So, yeah, we had to pull him out, and it was nice to use him in as a big cold threat, and then also loved the Ahsoka moment of catching who the heck she was seeing there, or sensing, I should say. And that was nice. And I'm expecting some more payoff somewhere down the road as far as Ahsoka and Vader. So, don't know when we're going to get that, but somewhere down the road. Don't know. As I said, I don't know if it'll be in an episode that Vader's in that we'll really get that payoff. So it could come wherever. The Vader art style. Well, that's an interesting, different note. I'm accepting it. How's that? I mean, there's things that are nice about it, and then there are pieces that are a little harder to get used to about that art style. So, in fairness, it's not the only art style difference throughout the series. There's a number of other ones in here, just in terms of how we make Imperial ships and the different mechs, etc., etc. So I've just kind of come to terms with accepting that to a large degree. So I'm just kind of accepting Vader in that art style there. Yeah. But if it comes to it and whatnot, I'm going to say I'll easily prefer Vader art styles elsewhere than to here, like, say, whether we're talking back in Clone Wars or, well, actuality, real life stuff. Not real life, but live action. That's what I meant to say. Kind of looks like McCoy's concept art. Yeah, it does. It does look a little more that way because there's definitely more elongation. And it's an interesting choice. Again, any one of these are going to have their own stylistic choices of what to do. So yeah, and you just got to accept whatever stylistic choices they make. And even in terms of lightsabers and everything else, heck, I mean, you can talk about what the Darksaber looks like in Clone Wars, which is very much a stylistic choice that wouldn't be what it would look like in live action, probably. So, or not quite, anyway. So definitely. Yeah, a lot of McQuarrie's ideas. Agreed. So no, there's definitely some cool stuff in there. Definitely some cool stuff. Let's see. What else was... Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I've still got a few of you here before you disappear on me. So, just thought I'd go ahead and share one other thing with all of you that's not truly Rebels, but it's channel related. So I've actually been working on this for a bit. I can probably show it to you here. Well, I'll tell you first here and then share it. But I've actually been going ahead and, as I said, we're nearing 1,000 subscribers, which is nice as a channel. I said I love having all of you around. There's a few things. I have a hard time interacting with some of you all, a lot, just because other than these live streams where I get to really talk, we don't have a lot of ability. And unless we get to, I think it's like 10,000 subscribers, I can't post community posts over on YouTube yet, so that's a ways away. So otherwise, it's pretty much I'd have to make a YouTube video and hope for people to respond, but it's a weird, tricky mess. And then also, as I said, obviously I'm kind of floating along, working the channel right now along with the rest of life, and I'm lucky enough to be in a spot to be able to do that, considering the amount of time it's taking out. Excuse the cough. But I wanted to go ahead and share with all of you first, since you actually are here and I get to talk with you a little more. But I actually have been putting together a Patreon page, so if that's of any interest to any of you, or if it's not, that's perfectly fine too, of course. As I said, I love having y'all around, so don't feel pressured on anything like that. But thought I'd share it with all of you. I'm probably going to put together a Patreon video and put it out later this week. But hey, you guys can go ahead and hear about it first and be able to go look at it if you like. I said it'll be patreon.com/freeformdisney. The same one you guys are all used to right there. And then I do have... See if I can go ahead and I can probably put it up in the background if I am smart and tricky about how I do this. Because I should be able to, let's see, a window capture. I think it's window capture to display capture. Display capture, here we go. But then I think I'll have to turn these off. I have a lot of different potential backgrounds in there, you might notice. See, so I think I've almost turned all of those off right there. And there we go. Had a few different pieces I had to knock off to actually get to the screen capture on that. But heck, I guess you can see all these other tabs I keep marked up in here, etc. Well, I'm at it. I believe there were 1,000 the post. Yeah, once it gets 1,000, then that can actually start happening. Before that, it can't. But for community posts, I think it takes 10,000. It's some number decently beyond that. The channel can't be monetized until 1,000, though. But so long road there. But as I said, floating it along through there, and as I said, in a lucky enough position, I've been able to get away with that to some degree. But as I said, so this is that page here. As I said, you recognize the general top, although the size of it's a little little different than it might be at other times. And I created a few different levels there. As I said, back to overall Disney theme and all the different pieces, of course, that I do, for Disney, whether that be, I guess I'm kind of in the way of things, aren't I? Hey, there we go. Now I'm not in the way. Oh, let's see. Something else on a different subject. Do I think Kanan was surprised when he turned on his lightsaber one day and it was much... Yeah, right. Yeah, my lightsaber just changed. Exactly. But yeah, so also, just as a comment, if any of you want to go ahead and leave me a comment, any thoughts about any of the levels I put in any of there or anything like that, feel free to go ahead and let me know. I tried to put in a bunch of things so there'd be more interaction too, like getting to... I said I'm really loving the live stream, so I wanted to be able to have people be able to vote on some potential upcoming videos, like say watching a movie each month, probably one up on Disney Plus, and do a live stream watch party, things like that. So all kinds of neat things that way is my hope. And I technically it's officially launched because I just did that this morning, which meant I finished spending a good bit of time finishing that up. But yeah, and also if you want to reach me anywhere else, as I said, I'm always over on Twitter. You can always catch me over there too. So that's going to be twitter.com/freeformdisney. And the link for that, you can find that link up on YouTube, up on the good old Patreon, up on the banner of YouTube. You can find the little link up to the Twitter. Actually, it would be up like on that end of the banner. Or if you're up on YouTube, you can find it up there as well. Well, thank you, Gail. Yes, I said I shouldn't do that too much, or you catch more of the green. But thank you. So yeah, I said I wanted to put that out there for all of you, so you had an idea about it first. Also, if you since you were the ones who are here the most and that I've gotten to interact with the most, more than anybody else on the channel. So yeah, just I'd let you know. And as I said, like anything, it's going to be whatever /Freeform Disney is usually the place that anything's going to be, whether it's Twitter or whether it's Patreon or whether it's YouTube or not really Instagram yet, although I created an Instagram account, but I haven't used it really for anything for Freeform Disney yet. It exists. I just haven't done anything. Too many things to manage and work on and try to do at the same time. A little behind the scenes, right? So, a little bit of behind the scenes for you. Well, unless you want to keep seeing that, I will go ahead and pop that back off, give you your YouTube chat back over there. I'm going to put the ghost back up behind me. And we can go ahead and, let's see, where's the hyperspace? There's my hyperspace background. There we go. Most of my pieces back up right there. It'll be more interesting as soon as the channel gets... Yes, it has been. The channel's been getting bigger too, which is, I said, always fun. It's great to see the channel getting bigger and bigger. As I said, it's weird to think back sometimes on just months ago and how much smaller the channel used to be at one point in time, because it's changed. And there can be so many more views and so many more comments on some of my videos. Heck, it's also changed as to who's here, because I remember putting out some of my earliest Star Wars videos actually did not perform super well at the time when they originally were put out. and that, I mean, that saddened me when that was the case, and I didn't actually do a lot more Star Wars for a little while because of that, in part. And then really, I think it was two things. It was Disney Gallery, The Mandalorian, doing those videos, and then the Clone Wars videos where a lot of you started to go ahead and find the channel, and that was, I said, that was great. And I've always been a giant Star Wars fan. And yeah, the channel is wide. I know it is. It's got Star Wars. It's got, well, I haven't done a whole lot of Pixar yet, I'll admit. But Star Wars, Pixar, the Disney animated movies, the theme parks. I've been doing Disney news in there. I haven't touched a whole lot of Marvel yet when it comes to it. The MCU being off for the year has made it a weird year anyway. Next year's going to be very different on that front. But especially lately, it seems like I have a number of Star Wars videos I'm doing, because I've got Rebels, and if I've got a live stream, I've got that, then a normal video, and then I've got Mandalorian. And then sometimes I've got a creative video. Like, actually coming up Wednesday, we've got a really fun creative one. So I'll let you know there. You might have seen the Darth Vader Yule log that people made. Do Patreons only get shoutouts at the end of each video, or do live streams count too? You mean do they get shoutouts at the end of the live streams? Is that what you mean, or? While you answer that, I'll finish saying this. Wednesday, you might remember the Darth Vader Yule log that's been up on YouTube. Well, I was actually surprised that nobody has ever done one for Qui-Gon Jinn, because we got the same kind of funeral pyre. So I actually created this big old Qui-Gon Jinn Yule log. Yeah, so the big long one, 5 hours long. There's actually some audio Easter eggs in there too, because I love the Easter eggs actually sitting in there. So anyway, I don't know if it's up anybody's alley or not, but I thought it was fun, created it. So you'll get to see that pop up Wednesday. So more Star Wars stuff. Excuse me. Lots of... Sometimes I want to put more Star Wars stuff out too, and I just don't feel I can, because I need to go ahead and make sure I'm making other videos on the channel too. So always a weird trick. Oh, and Dram, you were saying yes. Yeah, as I said, definitely shout outs at the end of the live streams too. Yeah, I said no good reason not to right there. Something I'll go ahead and make sure to pop up and do. It's also an interesting one on figuring out the shout outs, because some people, I mean, if they only do a video a week, doing those shout outs are a really simple thing, especially if their channel is all one uniform subject. This one, with so many different subjects, it might be that somebody's only really interested in the theme parks or Star Wars or etc., or just one area. So I feel more like I'm probably going to look at shouting out new people probably for like a week, maybe a week's worth of videos for the people that joined last week, something like that. I'm thinking about doing it that kind of way. Just that way, at least it covers a number of the different types of videos where people might not go ahead and watch this one, but they might watch this because that's their interest area. Let's see, Sportan. Yes, WandaVision series is coming up. Oh, I'm excited right there. That's coming up soon. I mean, we're just over a month away right there. And Gail, yes, most certainly. I did see the last Mandalorian episode. I've been watching them. Originally, I was making videos on them after it, normal kind of videos. And then later, these last couple weeks, Friday and then the week before, I went ahead and did a live stream, but a second viewing live stream. Because you don't actually, the first viewing is not going to happen for Mandalorian, because I watched that with my wife, Natalia. And, well, she doesn't want to be on the camera going ahead and watching that for the first time. So, yeah, what can you do? Ooh, that cough right there. Dang. Let me get a little water here for a second. Be right back. Excuse me. But yeah, so Gail, in terms of Mandalorian, I've been doing second viewing live streams is what I'm calling it. So I viewed it the first time right at midnight Pacific time. And then later in the day, go ahead and watch it again for a second time with people. So I have been doing that. Intriguingly, talking Patreon, I have got her to agree that, hey, if we actually get the Patreon successful enough, and we're talking way out, this is like a huge stretch goal. It's not at any of these smaller ones, but somewhere, whether it's somewhere like 500 to 1,000 a month, that she would actually agree to go ahead and be on the actual live streams for certain things, like say The Mandalorian. So hey, maybe by the time we get to season 3 of The Mandalorian, we will actually have live viewings of the first time of watching that, and then you get both of us too, and both of our reactions, and that could be really fun. So yeah, just some other inside baseball right there. So it's tricky to really get those live streams on first things on everything. And then she's not as big a Star Wars fan as I am. It's part of why, like here with Clone Wars and Rebels, you are getting me. She's never seen Clone Wars or Rebels. Some point. At some point. But certainly things like Mandalorian and whatnot, we do watch together. And that's going to end up being true of things like WandaVision as well. So we're into that same kind of thing there. Well, anyway, so yeah, Gail, definitely feel free to join those second viewing live streams right there. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what time I want to do the next one, because this last one went ahead and we've been doing it at 6 p.m., but I'm not sure if that's the best time for people. So I'm trying to figure out if there's a better time, maybe moving it back to noon, just like I do these live streams on Sunday, and doing it at noon on Friday. So yeah, I've been debating what the best way is about to go ahead and do that. And as I said, I do not know the answer yet. So find out when I find out, right? Okay. Let's see. Oh, and, well, I guess random. Oh, Jarab. No kidding, you were asking. Oh, well, I love you there. That's great. Oh, thank you so much. Jarab, you are officially my first patron. That's great. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Well, I guess you got a shout out right there. Thank you so much. By the way, Freeform Star Wars. I've had this thought before, and oh really, your first Patreon subscription? Oh wow, I'm honored. I don't know what to say. Well, thank you. That really means a lot. Wow. I can't even type Patreon. Yeah. I get that one. I think I've mistyped that thing before on a couple occasions. Thank you. Sorry, Freeform Star Wars. I've thought about that kind of thing before, and I've questioned whether maybe the channel would have grown faster if I was more focused on one thing in the first place, but I want to cover all of these different pieces. And I've thought about the idea of spinning one off, but I just don't know. I'm worried about what may or may not happen at that point. And also if we can, keep building this, and even though it's a diverse set of things, yes, it's all technically Freeform Disney, and which has a unity, but it's also definitely diverse at the same time. I've thought about even experimenting with making a Freeform Marvel and spinning that one off first, since I haven't done a lot of Marvel on the channel. I said those are all thoughts I've had, and I don't know the answers on them. Even for as much research as I can try to do and figuring that kind of thing out, I don't have the answer. Because, if I do spin anything off, then it starts at 0. And if I were to spin off Star Wars, of course, then the main channel then loses that. It's all a weird, interesting trick. Anyway. Let's see. 3 o'clock in the morning in Europe is not the best. Yeah. That's part of why I do the noon times, actually, with this. Whoa. Yeah. Spam, huh? That's always good. SPG 64. What in the world is all this spam? This is insane. Hey, look, it's spam! Good times! YouTube doing a poor job of catching this. Okay. Think I've got both of those dealt with, hopefully. Wow, what in the world is this? This is crazy. Never gotten spam like this in here before. And I just keep getting a new one. Okay, this is insane. First time for everything, huh? First time for everything. Man, okay, anybody got any good tips on what to do other than just continuing to report these? Is there a better answer on how to deal with this? It's like I just report one after another, but it doesn't do any good. This is insane. SP64 is streaming Mario right now. Huh. So that's actually a person then? Oh, for crying out loud, I already reported this. Oh boy. I'm not sure what to do about all this on the stream here. So I wish I had a better answer for all of you here who are having to look at this popping up into the thing. And this is kind of insane, and I have never had to deal with this before. So sorry about all that. I'm not even sure how that happens. I mean, the view number of viewers here aren't high enough to even make this all make sense. It looks like it. I'm hoping they're gone. Dang. Clearly, I may have missed comments from you in the course of this because, wow, that has been insane. I'm scrolling back up to see what in the world what was going on right before all of that. Let's see. Oh yeah, we were talking about the 9 a.m. in Europe thing before all of that started. That's where the heck we were. Yeah. That's actually why I did the noon thing, because I knew I had, that here is a channel. I wanted to be more aware and make sure, because we have Europeans, although there's no perfect time, because then if I do the wrong time, then people who are Australian or up, in parts of Asia are going to be in the wrong time zone. Obviously, there's just no perfect time. There's nothing I can do about that, but it seemed most of the people who were watching things were either European or here in the U.S., and I certainly knew we had a number of Europeans. And, we are not done yet, apparently. I'm going through and try to catch all of these here. Apparently, reporting doesn't seem to actually do the same as hiding the user from the channel, as the terminology is. So, I am trying to catch all of these. It's kind of insane, that's for sure. Man, is it insane. Ay. I don't even get this. Who the heck even is SPG24? You're saying something about this person being a video game streamer or something. I've never even heard of this person. No, this isn't fun. I agree. Wow. I think hang on. If I do something here quickly, I think I might be able to take care of this and make it so that can't pop up anymore as a general note. if I go over here and add this as a filtered word that can't pop up on here without my approval, it should at least stop this from happening, I think. That should do it, I think. Okay. Okay, so hopefully that will do it. I'm going to put in a couple other terms that should hopefully stop that from coming through. There. Okay. I put a couple terms that hopefully will also stop that, but I don't know if it will for sure, but I am hoping that all of that will go ahead and do that. Wow, that is... I mean, I've had spam on this channel before, to be sure. Spam that doesn't get caught by YouTube. Most of it does, but some of it doesn't get through. And bonus points. I actually have a number of different terms and whatnot that will automatically be pulled and caught aside just to be sure. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, that's why I was talking about noon. Now that I think we might be clear of this for a bit, I was talking about noon because that works over, for most of Europe. It should work over here. Noon West Coast here in the Pacific Standard Time makes it 3 p.m. on the East. It makes it 8 o'clock UTC London, like 10 p.m. over in Germany. And even if we're jumping over to Alaska and Hawaii, it's morning. And yeah, as I said, obviously that doesn't, I mean, if you're over in Japan or in China or in Australia, it's not as good. Back to, can't make something work, all the way around, but at least I can try to make it work as well as I can, right? And that certainly is what I do. Okay. So somebody just with a spam bot trying to get people to go ahead and watch their stuff, I assume must be the point of all this, huh? How weird. Okay. Let's see what else may have gotten missed during the course of all of this. Because I doubt there's probably too much else that I missed during the course of all this, because I don't think you all probably would have been saying too much during it. But let's see. Oh, Dram, because they always come out when I'm in school. Well, let's see. You're talking about the 6 p.m. ones or the noon ones here, these ones right now? As that, I'm not sure which time zone you're in off the bat. I don't remember. You've probably said before. Bad memory there, if you have. Let's see. No, it never happened to me. Jeez. Couldn't write that fast. Yeah, isn't Control V fun? That's why the V pops in here on occasion, too, I think. Okay, so yes, it looks like I have caught any of your different comments that you actually have in here. So that definitely looks good. Okay. Oh, wait. Like Ahsoka said, there's a first time for... Yeah, I suppose so. Oh, man, I suppose so, huh? Dang. Gotta be a first time for everything sometimes, right? Oh, I lost my background. Oh, no, I do still have it up. Wow, the space background is so confusing to look at sometimes. Let me get I have a different one. Yeah, let me put up that. That's a little less confusing. It's nice to visible. Okay. So I think we're back and able to really talk. So if you guys want to put stuff over into the chat, you should be able to go ahead and do so. And we should really be able to communicate again, which is nice. So, definitely. Okay. Sorry about all that. I think I might be able to be a little quicker at catching that next time. I think I might have a little better idea of what to do. Hey, channel got big enough to catch spam. That's good, I guess. Spectre clear. Sector clear. Dang. That was crazy for a bit right there. And we still actually got 11 people in here. You guys actually stuck through all of that because that was... Whew. Always something. Always something. Yeah. It's a trap. Jamie, don't know if anyone's corrected this yet, but it doesn't take place. Yeah, I was going to say, because, again, the first one is 5 years before, and also, if we were after A New Hope, a ton of things would change, because this clearly is not the Rebel Alliance, the giant rebellion. I mean, we wouldn't be talking the way we are if this is after the first Death Star blows up. So, yeah, definitely. I don't know exactly how far after Season 1 it is, but yeah, it can't be after the first Death Star blows up. The timing just it isn't right to be able to be that. Even without knowing the official, hey, here's what time this is. I mean, after all, they wouldn't be so worried about just one tiny little rebel cell if that were the case. Got a much bigger problem at that point. Much, much bigger problem. Whew. So yeah, we were talking about that whole timing for when to do Mandalorian. I don't know if any of you, well, actually, I do know some of you have been watching some of those. But if you do have an interest in that second viewing live stream of Mandalorian and you're interested in watching that with me, feel free to let me know what time you think works really well. Because if there's better times, I said, I always want to try to go ahead and work that out. So I'm thinking about shifting to noon. And the problem with noon, of course, on the flip side, is if it's during the day on a weekday, I know that could be problematic too. So there's no perfect solution, obviously. But try to do what I try to do, right? And try to make it so we all work out. Yeah. Thanks, Sportan. Yep, okay. Okay. So the next live stream for Rebels is going to be a good few weeks away. I mean, we don't think we're going to have one till probably January at this point, right? I've heard some people talk about mid-season two-parters, but I don't remember anything big on a mid-season two-parter really coming up as far as it's concerned right there. So I think that means the next live stream won't be till the season 2 finale, which no one said anything else, so I think it's just those final 2 episodes, 221 and 222. Although I did have, I did have somebody say something about episodes 217 through 219. Geek Girl said something about those ones. So maybe there will be a 217 through 219, and then maybe I'll do the final 3 after that. That might be. But even so, there will be a few videos in between there and now to go ahead and get to that point. And I am thinking about there might be one other thing I will live stream. I'm thinking about the next time I do a character ranking that I will probably do it by live stream rather than tacking it onto another video, which is kind of... Also, I felt bad about only doing 2 episodes, how that would have been the other time, so didn't want to just do that. But anyway, I'm thinking about possibly doing a live stream. Maybe we'll catch it somewhere in the middle of season 2, something like that, and do a live stream for ranking the characters as to what we've gotten by the middle of season 2 or somewhere there. And I'll probably include the Kanan Comics characters at that point. And hey, we've already got a few new ones here to talk about. Heck, even just in these last few episodes, we've got some new people. And it does not look like Tua's ever going to get to go higher on those right levels. Excuse me. It's like Tua kind of seen the last of her life, huh? Man, I've got to wonder how much longer Kalis has left on him. We have taken out every other villain from season 1 at this point. Well, a finale aside, of course, but he can't have that much longer. Okay. Let's see. Anybody have anything else to really say? Oh, hang on. Let's see. Episode 10 is also one of the episodes looking forward to seeing on the reviews. Oh, episode 10. Standalone kind of episode? Or interesting. So that is right around the mid-season, isn't it? Yeah, I guess an episode before what you'd have as a mid-season thing going on. Cool. Well, I will be interested to see when I get to it. That'll be a couple weeks from now then. Because the next week we'll probably go through like 5 through 8 or so, and then 9 through 12. And then probably 13 through 16. And then if I'm going to live stream 17 through 19, I might do it right after that. And then live stream the final 3 episodes this season. Yeah, something like that. That looks like it might be relatively accurate. So that means we're looking at, what is that? 3? Math. I'm good at math, actually, but so that looks like 4 weeks from now will be the next Rebels live stream in that sense. But so maybe in another 3 weeks or so, we'll go ahead and, yeah, you're saying 17, 19 are good. Yeah, so I'll probably plan on doing 2 live streams for those last 2 sets of season 2. 17 through 22 would be a bit much for a live stream. That would be 6 episodes, probably pretty long right there. But I'll probably go to normal videos for a few weeks. Maybe toss that live stream up for the characters, maybe right before we get into 17. So do it on the day or a couple days before. Then do those live streams the next couple weeks. Then we'll be heading into season 3. We'll have a few live streams going there because we'll have the last 2 for season 2. Then we'll be going into season 3 and we'll have the start of that. So, oh, more endorsements for 17. Okay, good to hear more endorsements. So, okay. But yeah, we'll have a good 3 weeks where we will just start live streaming. Heck, from everything everyone's been saying about season 4 and with how much of that season really is live stream worthy and how long the finale is, gonna get into a lot of live streams right there too. So it'll be good. Other than 22 and 21 was 18. Yeah, so I think what I'd probably do is 17, 18, 19, and then 20, 21, 22. Probably group the one for the 1 week and the other group for the week afterwards. Unless somebody's going to tell me that those 2 are like a 2-parter or something in between. Okay. Okay, so if you guys have anything else to say, anything to share, let's go ahead and toss it up in there, or I will probably get ready to go ahead and sign on off. What else to say? Right? Is that what that reaction was? When watching the other episodes? Do not look at the thumbnails. Oof. Okay. I will avoid those thumbnails. As said, I've seen the titles before, but not on Disney Plus. That was actually a trick of its own, right? Because if the Wikipedia page actually has like the descriptions of the episodes below each, so I had to I had to do a couple of different spots on Google search to find a list that was just the titles of the episodes, without everything else to go with it. It's really just for my note taking, actually. And that way I have it when I go ahead and then talk later. Suppose I don't have to, but yeah. So I will definitely avoid those thumbnails right there. I'll just avoid the thumbnails for the entire rest of the show. For seasons 2, 3, 4, we'll just avoid all of it right there. So, yeah. Okay. And definitely, I appreciate all those warnings and bewares on things going on all of that. Especially episode 20 for season 3. Interesting. Something good coming up there. Okay. Well, then, with all of that being said, let us probably get ready to sign off for today. Look, this is the content. Yeah, I hate that. It's why fine. We'll go on with one last tangent before I go ahead and cut off for now. I've probably said something before, but trailers are such a mess for things. Trailers can give away so much of an episode, or even movies too, for that matter, because they're not made by the people who make the bloody shows or movies. That's part of the problem. And what a mess. Same kind of issue with the thumbnails. It's not like, you've got the creators of the show making the thumbnails for Disney Plus. No, heck no. They would probably not reveal some of those things if they did that. Yeah. It's always one of my tricks for what to do for thumbnails of videos sometimes too, is what do I show that doesn't give too much away, etc., etc. And yeah. Not enough about trailers and whatnot. Trailers are a mess. We like the clips the Mandalorian Twitter shares when the episodes air. I have not been looking at them. It's just one of those things I'm avoiding touching right there. Oh, the other thing that really will catch you in spoilers is previously ons. And of course, that's a very different piece because they have to give some of those previously on pieces to help catch audiences up. But, oh man, it can give something away. Oh, look, that character must be coming in this episode because we just got them in the previously on. So, different beast right there, though. Necessary evil, I guess, to some degree. Sometimes. At least people feel it that way to make sure of people who aren't as used to the show or might not be binging the whole thing, shall we say. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, when right at the beginning, oh, she's back, is she? And Boba's coming. Sorry. Oh, and I probably should not have even said that here, just in case anybody watching this has not seen Mandalorian. Right. Sorry about that. Got to be more careful about that myself right there, just in case one person's watching this and is not watching that. Yeah. It's a tricky thing, really, too, because, I mean, heck, somewhere in the future, somebody could be watching this video and have never watched X, Y, or Z over here. So, and it's one of those things that I'm catching that I probably should be more aware of, and I've not had anybody say anything yet, so, but still, I even realize that I need to be wary of that. I think it's okay to talk about Clone Wars when watching Rebels, though, just because I think largely people probably have, and also I often talk about how the fact I've seen Clone Wars and now I'm watching Rebels, so I think that's in there, and I think that's okay, but yeah, just something I'm wary of, and I'm not entirely sure how to navigate sometimes. Never show recap button. Yeah, wouldn't it be nice? Because the problem is you can't click, skip recap until after it's already started, and they shoved that right at the beginning of the last one. I mean, you couldn't do anything about that. You knew that was coming up right there. Yeah. Anyway, enough griping about previously ons for me now. Okay. Anything else here, Rebels or anything else? Let's see. I got it's season 7 of the Clone Wars. Man, yeah. I said things I knew. I mean, hard to not know about Maul just because of everything that's out there. I mean, even if it's not for, I would say, certain movies that might too, but there's so much on Maul. Yeah. Anyway, so I certainly knew that. No question did I have about Maul coming back to life and all the rest there. That was okay. I mean, it was still a great reveal when it was done, and even then, you don't expect to see him the way you do when you first run into him. I mean, so even with it, it was still really good. Okay. So, I think we'll probably be ending the stream here. I will go ahead and let everybody go off to whatever else it is you are doing here today on this Sunday, and have a good rest of your weekend. And I will say the usual. Have a magical day, and may the Force be with you. Always.